What is going on, faithful? It is time. It is now time for some 49er football on a Sunday. I hope you guys are ready. I'm ready. I'm all dripped out right here. I got my Debo chain, I got the new cap, the white jersey going on. I'm pumped up. I hope you all are pumped up at home, and I hope you guys are ready for some live action because honestly, this is probably one of the most sought out week one games out there. And there's a lot of great week one games, but this one, a lot of people are looking forward to it because the Niners passed up on Justin Fields, traded so many picks, and they got Trey Lance. Okay, I was very high on this guy. I will admit, I will give credit to John Chapman. I listened to his podcast for quite some time now. I got very high on Trey Lance way before the draft. I was really hoping they drafted him, and they did, and I'm glad they did. I'm super excited what this young guy can do in the NFL. Seems to be very humble, and all these people talking, Jimmy G's back with the team. He's distracted. No, he's not distracted. He's happy that Jimmy G is back with the team. That's his best friend. Come on, guys. Like I said, my first podcast for the Niners, you could be Team Jimmy and Team Trey, but today I want to talk about week one, the week one matchup. We're going against the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields, he's been looking good. He's been looking good this offseason. He's really athletic, and it shows. Okay. And so he said he's excited. He's excited to play the Niners. Okay. So he has a little chip on his shoulder. He also said that he's happy that the Niners passed up on him. Now, how much of that is true? I don't think it's true because you could have been with the Niners, but instead you're in Chicago. I don't think it adds up there. But you know what? He's going to be playing with a purpose, not just because the Niners passed up on him, but because there's so many eyes on Justin Fields. There's so many high expectations on this quarterback because he's super athletic and he shows a lot of promise. Last year, he got killed in the backfield. His offensive line wasn't that great, but you better know that Nick Bosa has something to say. So he's going to have I don't want to say a field day, but that day is going to be ready for him. It's going to be a lot of Nick Bosa, a lot of Armstead. Hopefully, we can see a little bit of Jake Jackson, but also Javon Kinlaw. He's back. He's back, and that guy's massive. Super excited to see what he can do. Our front seven is looking good. I don't think I got to worry too much about our corners, only health wise. Justin Fields, if the Niners proceed to be the Niners, especially defensively, he won't have a lot of time. We're going to see Justin Fields scramble a lot. And in the past, we haven't done so great against mobile quarterbacks. That's one of my biggest concerns, but it's not my biggest concern. It's one of them, but it's not the biggest one. And I'll get to that in just a second. Justin Fields, we're going to see him. He's been looking great in the offseason, and he's supposed to be showing out. And a lot of people are high on him, like Stephen A. Smith. He's coming out here saying, oh, this is going to be Justin Fields' breakout season. Really? For the Chicago Bears? Not trying to hate on Chicago, but I'm not seeing them as a top-tier team. I'm seeing them as one of the worst teams in the NFL. I'm not trying to throw shade out there, but it's so incomplete. And yeah, they got a good wide receiver, Darnell Mooney, right? And they also got Byron Pringle. I liked him a lot in Kansas City, but that's because he was with, Patrick Mahomes, and he had a Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce to help support. I don't think he's going to translate well. I don't think he's going to translate. David Montgomery, I was a huge fan of him, and he kind of dropped down a little bit last year. Nah, I don't think so, man. That front offensive line is going to be their biggest weakness, and I think that's the point of attack we have to expose every single defensive play. But my biggest concern about the game, get this, it's not Trey Lance. That's not it either. My biggest concern is our front five, our offensive line and offense. Obviously, we've been dealing with some injuries. We lost Alex Mack this offseason. Wish him well. Hope he's doing great. But that was huge. That was huge. McGlinchey was dealing with the injury. He will be playing week one, but how will that affect him? Will he still be the same? I'm more worried about his pass protection. His run blocking is great. It's phenomenal. Actually, our whole offensive line run blocking, that's like their specialty. We got the best left tackle in the league. That's Trent Williams. We also have the UTSA guy. Real big on UTSA. We got Spencer Burford. He's a rookie. He's playing out there, right guard, left guard. We have Aaron Banks, which we didn't see too much of. A little bit of I don't want to say disappointment, but I wish I could have seen more. So there's a lot of hesitation there. And then to top it all off, Brunskill. Brunskill's injured. He's injured. So we got Jake Brendel going in for center. So the offensive line is just a huge question mark. What are they going to look like? And Chicago's defensive front, the front seven, that's like their greatest asset to the greatest point of their team. So a little worrisome. Yes, it is a little different now because I know last year Chicago really stacked up the box because obviously we're a run heavy team and we did throw the ball deep. But now the Niners have a quarterback that could throw the ball deep. Let's see if he can get the ball out, or let's see if he has enough time to do so. This is going to be an example for basically the whole season because we have a lot of new, guys there in offensive line, and I'm really excited to see what they can do or who's going to step up. I'm still hoping that Jason Poole gets a chance midseason. If I don't know if y'all saw my last video, but I like that guy. Huge underdog story, and I do feel like he can make it in this league. Obvious reasons he didn't make the 53 man cut. That's okay. We'll see what happens in the future. But yeah, we'll see if the offensive line could hold up. I think Trey Lance is going to be just fine. We're going to see a lot of good. We're going to see some bad. So it's going to be natural. Don't worry. It's okay. Don't freak out. It's all part of the show, baby. But you guys should just be excited. Just be excited. There's been a lot of media news coming out saying, Justin Fields, he was excited that he wasn't excited, but he's glad that the Niners passed up on him. Don't think so. Like I said, not trying to bash on Chicago, but also Darnell Mooney came out. He came out and he was talking a little bit about Justin Fields, and I want to show a little clip for you guys. I'm gonna put it on stream right here. This is just a little clip. Say he had a couple of things to say about Justin Fields. Let's go ahead and play it.
So he's gonna shine for sure. He's gonna blossom. He's gonna prove everything that that everybody doubted him on, especially week 1. That team passed on him, so they're gonna have to pay a little bit for that.
That's come up.
We're gonna have to pay a little bit for that. Okay, so obviously Justin Fields, he's gonna show out. He's gonna show out, and Darnell Mooney's gonna show out for him. Seems like Darnell Mooney likes him a lot, which he should. That's his QB1. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see if our investments in corners are good. I'm just excited for Niners football, and I hope you guys are too. Honestly, let's just sit back. Whatever happens, enjoy it. We finally have football back. The rest of the division, they got some tough week 1 games, so we should be excited about that. I'm actually predicting all of them to lose, which I don't think might happen, but for sure, the Seattle Seahawks, and for me, that's all that matters. They lose. Vincent, if you're watching this from NSP, sorry, not sorry, but come on, you guys. Let's get it going. Another before I end the show, another news that came out today. I'm recording on a Wednesday night. That George Kittle did not participate in practice. That he's dealing with a groin injury, an injury that took place on a Monday practice. So he did not participate today. I wouldn't be too worried. You guys know how tough Kittle is. He'll probably be back, but do we really want him to be back if he's not 100%? I wouldn't want to risk it due to our past and to do with all these huge injuries. Like I said, it's too much of a risk. So unless he's on 100%, I'd love to see him on the field. If not, then let's go ahead and sit him. Let's get him for week 2 while we beat the Doonies out of the Seattle Seahawks. But faithful, I hope you guys are excited. Hopefully you guys got a little pep talk here, and let's just do it. Leave it down in the comments. Are you guys excited? Show me how excited you are. All right, faithful. And until next time, keep on grinding.